Felt like a day. My name is Mighty Wereball. Welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. We should be right at the end game here. Junko Enoshima has revealed herself to be the big bad, the mastermind, the ultimate despair, whatever you want to call her. She's revealed herself, and yeah, let's see if we can get her. We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear fealty to us, we will reward you with half the entire world. We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you honor, status, and some of our home cooking. Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us? No, I'm good, thanks, darling. Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I had an audience, I'm not even sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. This is the mastermind? She's the real Junko Enoshima. Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day, it was like I was stuck in purgatory, or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know. Your face? Huh? What about my face? What's wrong with my beautiful face? People have told me I'm cuter than 100 chihuahuas combined. Chihuahuas aren't cute. I feel like this isn't the first time I've seen you. No, I do remember seeing it. I'm sure I've seen her too. I'm sure I've seen her too somewhere. It was definitely before I got to the school. Before arriving at the school. That's right. It was before I ever came to this school. I remember seeing a magazine cover. And you were on it. Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh? So I was right. Then what you told me in the main hall when this all began? I've seen her on tons of magazine covers, but I feel like it doesn't quite match up to reality. This is original. Huh? How are you talking about my cover photos and junk? Haha, well of course, those are totally photoshopped. Photoshopped? Yeah, you know, edited to hell and back, with like computers and junk. Oh, so they aren't real. Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along, wouldn't you agree? It explains why she didn't quite seem the same, because she was a different person all along. I'm me and Makuro is Makuro. She tried her best, but there's no way she could have passed as the ultimate fashionista. Two people can never be one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins. Oh, they're twins. Oh, okay. That explains something, I guess, why they would help each other out. Doesn't explain why she would kill her, right enough. Twins? I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically, Makuro and I had your stereotypical twin relationship. The older sister, tough and proud, that was Makuro. The younger sister, smart and cute, that was... Yeah, me, Junko fucking Enoshima. Good God, woman. Stay like that. Yeah, that suits you. I like that look. And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the ultimate despair. Whoa, she's like a totally different person now. Like I said, I get bored easy as hell. I even get fucking bored with myself. But if you're twins, why do you have different last names? Ugh, that again? Do you have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears, answering the same questions over and over. Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway. But if she was your twin, that means you killed your own sister? And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if. Oh Christ, she's bouncing all over the walls here. Well, I suppose I better explain. For my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from behind the scenes. I'm gonna tweak her voice a little bit just to kind of go with whatever the hell she's doing there. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined it would be impossible for Makuro to perform such duties, because naturally, she turned out to be the letdown of the family, leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. Such disappointment. So I decided to play the role of director and have her join the rest of you in your school life. I could have let her lurk alongside me, but she would have been useless to me that way. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I called the three atrocities: atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, and atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was with the rest of society. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status had an undeniable appeal that I didn't want to go to waste. And that's why you switched identities? Sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra unworthy of lines. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off right away. Which is precisely why I killed her, to meet everyone's expectations. That can't be your only reason, can it? Well, no, of course not. I also did it to avoid becoming bored. Ooh, I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know. If I planned everything out, I knew just what was gonna happen, that'd be so boring. So I changed things up just a bit and decided to use Makuro to make a little point. In other words, Makuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I suspected. When Makuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else. That's why she said the... This wasn't supposed to... Why me? So you figured it out? Well, you're right. There's no way Makuro could have pulled off such a convincing performance. But she did teach you all a very valuable lesson, don't you think? How can you talk like that? You sacrificed your own sister. How does that not even bother you? What? I sacrificed her? That's what got you so hot under the collar? Geez, misunderstandings sure are scary. We were the ultimate despair, you know, so we never had any kind of hope or expectations. No, I felt despair as long as I can remember, like I never should have been born at all. When I was born, I cried tears of total despair. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we die or kill. We're just those kind of people. We can do anything. We've always been filled with despair, so when we do something, we go all the way and live without regret. So you just murdered your own sister and didn't think anything of it? That's not true at all. We were twins. How could I not be sad? That's why it gets me so excited. Huh? Killing my precious sister with my own two hands. That act is filled with so much despair, you can't help but put a super in front of it. It's like super despair. No, more than that. Super despair. It just feels so good.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister too. In that moment of death, I think she must have felt that despair. After all, to be murdered by her own sister, and only as an example to someone else? She must have died feeling such excruciating hopelessness. I'm so jealous of her. Super jealous.
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person. You're some kind of abnormality.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish. Abnormality doesn't even begin to describe it.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy for sure, but this is a whole nother level of nuts.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive? Hopelessly brilliant? Hopelessly athletic? I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human?
No, I don't think there's anything perfect about anything you just said.
Yeah, Master's way more perfect, 'cause on top of everything else, he's got that noble blood. Huh? Don't you mean had that noble blood?
What did you just say? What do you mean by that?
You still haven't figured that out yet? Man, you guys are so slow. You haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away. Are you talking about her memories? You've already solved this mystery, right? I'm the killer. So how about the next one? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories. Then you can start gloating.
Damn straight. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to solve all these mysteries. And then we'll have our victory.
I can't wait.
Alright, then let's get straight to the point. What memories did you steal from us?
When the group pictures were taken,
And those interviews, it must mean... got it. It must have something to do with our entrance exams.
Not fair, at least give us a hint.
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint before. All the memories you lost share something in common with a few other things. Do you recall?
Thinking back to what Monokuma's told us, the memories that were stolen from us and what they must be related to. The founding of Hope's Peak? No, never mind then.
What the hell? Who gives a crap about something that happened a billion years ago? Your answer bored me. From now on, you're the ultimate snooze fest.
I can feel my spirit breaking, but I have to get myself together. I need to calm down and think about it one more time. It's got to be something related to us. Looks like I just embarrassed myself in front of everyone. Is it the motives? Oh. You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other with, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I hope you wouldn't forget something so important. It was stupid of me to even ask. I apologize from the bottom of my heart for my bad manners. So then, let me ask you another question. Did you notice that each motive I presented you had a specific theme to it?
I like the fact that she's doing the typical anime bad guy kind of the Chuni pose. And for those of you who don't know what Chuni is, go look it up. It's like 8th grader syndrome it's called. Basically, you think you've got dark, mysterious powers, you wear eye patches, and if you remove the eye patch, an evil force will be unleashed and destroy the world. Moving on.
Theme? Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
The theme for the motive Monokuma gave us for the first murder. Monokuma gave us those DVDs. On my DVD was footage of my family. On Sayaka's was her and her friends. They had a dream they all shared. So for the first murder, the motive we were given was... human connections. The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Remember those DVDs I gave you guys? Each video showed a total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the result.
I want to know what the other guys got in their DVD. I would be curious if you ever find that out.
It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do. You're the one who did it! Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy to accept your disapproval. Okay, time for the next question. So, what was the theme for the second motive?
For the second murder, the motive's theme was... That's when we got those weird envelopes from Monokuma. Mine mentioned how I used to wet the bed. So the theme that time was... the past. Also, I'm going to struggle keeping up with her multiple personalities or her mood swings or whatever you want to call them. It was our past, right?
Yay! Makoto got it right again. That time the theme was... embarrassing memories and secrets. Yeah! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect his secret.
So, how long do you plan on dragging this out?
Relax, relax. Okay, on to the next question. So, what was the motive for the third murder?
The theme for the third murder was... The reason Celeste turned to murder was... She wanted to buy a European castle and live there with a bunch of handsome men. So that time the motive for the murder was... greed. It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again!
Yeah.
Goddamn straight it was the money. Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain. Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction.
What's the point in all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheeks. Just one more to go. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
The motive in the case of Sakura's death was... What was it that made Sakura decide to kill herself? It had to do with Monokuma exposing Sakura's secret. So the theme of the motive in the fourth case was... betrayal. Yeah. In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. You see... Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that came afterwards. Anyway, it looks like you answered all of my questions correctly. How painfully delightful.
But what's the point? What meaning is there in asking those questions now?
Relationships, secrets, money, betrayal. These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal. Totally middle of the road.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons to kill as there are people on Earth. They compel humans to kill each other, bringing despair to the world. This is what we refer to as the seed of despair. Seed of despair? Just as water, air, and food promote growth in living things, the seed of despair also needs nourishment. And that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow with only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line, such is hope and despair.
How much longer is this stupid speech of yours? Weren't we discussing our missing memories? Why are you trying to change the subject?
If you would listen, I would see that I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair is closely tied to your own memories. How so? You see, by taking away your memories, I gave you hope. Of course, that hope merely existed to be consumed by despair.
How could taking away someone's memories give them hope? And plus, you haven't given us hope anyway.
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, the killings would never have taken place. That's why we took your memories, so that you would have the desire to leave. The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories. Is that what you're saying?
Correctamundo.
Which means if we did have our memories, then we wouldn't want to leave. Do I understand that right? Oh, what? Why the hell would having our memories make us not want to leave?
A most troubling thought, isn't it? But it's not enough. I want more distress, more despair. I put so much effort into creating hope in order to feed your despair and make it grow. So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you, let me give you a hint.
Huh? Really? Then, hurry up and tell us.
Okie dokie, like they say, seeing is believing. I'd like for you to see the outside world.
The outside world? You mean the world beyond the school walls?
So something really did happen out there.
Now are you interested in what I have to say? You want to see what's out there? I want to see too. See your faces sink into despair. Now then, open sesame. Behold the world beyond the school walls. This is the outside world you've all been so anxious to claw your way back into.
Oh, is it going to be a shithole? Okay. I have several questions. Monokuma Kaiju. And a bunch of dudes wearing Monokuma masks. The world's gone to shit. I said that in an earlier episode that the whole place is going to go Planet of the Apes, and you know, we're going to find out at the end that it's like, why are you blowing up? You damn you all to hell. That's not what I said that, but that's not really what I thought was going to happen. What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown so very dangerous. That's what this means.
What are you talking about? None of this makes any sense. What am I looking at?
This is a scene from a movie or something, right? What you just saw. All of you should recognize it.
We should recognize it? What about it should we recognize? This whole thing is insane.
That world is locked away within the memories that were taken from you. If you can't remember, please just try. Do your best to try and recall.
Better kick your brain in the ass, cause it's up to that grey lump whether you live or die. I don't remember ain't a fucking excuse no more, cause now it's time for the final class trial. Hoi, yai, yai. Time to bring the pain. Group photo cue on Headmaster Genocide Jack's memory. Come on, bitches, remember or die. What the fuck happened outside? You want us to remember or whatever, but oh wait, that's Genocide Jack's memory, because it's different, isn't it? I don't understand a damn thing. What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. Bollocks! Stupid purple thing. Okay, I know what I'm supposed to fight. Okay, yep, skies, yep, blah, 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 blah. Skip all the bullshit. Do. Nobody can remember. Fire. There we go. Actually, she might remember.
Who might remember?
The other Toko, Genocide Jack.
What?
The two of them share certain kinds of knowledge, but their memories aren't linked, right?
I see. If their memories are separate, then even if one personality's forgotten, there's a chance the other may still have those memories.
What do you say, Toko?
Are you telling me to swap places with her? No, absolutely not. That'd be like forfeiting my entire identity.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Achoo!
She's so easy.
Dun 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 dun! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Boy, she just gave in like it was nothing.
I'm going to ask you a question, and I want to have it answered immediately. Do you know anything about this video?
Huh? What video?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you too.
That's enough. Just look at the stupid screen.
Aye, aye, Roger. You got it, Captain.
Just, you know, the Pyramid of Giza, the Sphinx head just turned into Monokuma. As you do.
Well, does it look familiar?
I don't have all the details, but of course it does.
Then you remember all the stuff it's showing?
Of course I do.
So you didn't lose your memory after all?
Then why didn't you say something earlier?
I know what the answer to this is going to be, because nobody asked me. I guarantee it.
I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know.
Oh my god, she's the worst liar in the world.
More importantly, if you really do remember, what is it?
Huh? What's the matter, Master? Do you really not remember the tragedy?
The tragedy?
Oh no, you seriously forgot? Maybe I can help you remember with a kiss.
Just answer the question. What happened out there?
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
What? Why is that phrase coming up now?
'Cause it's all because of that event.
What is?
Are you serious? I'm talking about the way the world is now.
Is now?
The world's been destroyed, get it?
Destroyed? Explain yourself. Tell us everything you know.
Copy that, darling. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a worldwide natural disaster. Either way, there's no doubt that it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. And as a result, in basically no time flat. The world turned out the way it did, and that's that.
That's all there is to it? Come on, there wasn't a single concrete description in there.
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of the specifics. Miss Meadows saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking you.
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations. To die. This is the true tragedy.
Okay, that's enough of your little lover's quarrel. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter at this exact point in time, right? The end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended. That's the important thing.
How can the world just end? It's the world.
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway, so the world ending isn't that big a deal.
Oh, come on. Now you're just being ridiculous.
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous, I have another ridiculous story to tell you. It's the story of the Togami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What? What did you say?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an all-you-can-eat cake buffet. Hey, so what do you think happened to the Togami family, huh?
I'm gonna say that they fell?
Correct. Well done, peasant.
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it. Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out, right? Till then, you're just going in circles. So no matter what you pick, you get the right answer. Pretty innovative, don't you think? But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean. Do you think I might be sick?
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage has been totally annihilated.
What? What the hell are you talking about?
I can confirm that his entire family has died. Even the distant relatives, the Togami name has perished.
Stop with these idiotic jokes.
Stop? And said with such authority, a peasant would dare challenge us, the avatar of divine punishment. You must learn your place, peasant. You are no longer the ultimate affluent progeny. They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world. Hell, there is no world anymore. Remember, it got fucked a full year ago.
Hold on, that doesn't make any sense.
Huh? I don't make any sense.
There's no way that happened a year ago. I mean, we only came to the school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain this total normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you considered the possibility that you're mistaken about that?
Mistaken?
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here.
Well, yeah, I mean, like he said, we just got here a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago? Oh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right?
Huh? 2 years ago?
Well, I mean, you guys all started attending House Peak Academy 2 years ago.
Wait, what? 2 years ago? What is that? Ha! What the hell is this chick trying to say?
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, you can't deny the truth. And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. Deny that, and you may as well give yourself up to God. So, you must truly understand all the hints I've given you so far, right? So what are the memories I took from you? Come on now, answer us. Answer with all your heart and soul. How are we supposed to answer?
I just don't know what's going on anymore. Still, we have to answer somehow. If we don't, everything ends right here. The memories that were stolen from us. If what Junko says is true, if we first came here 2 years ago, but the rest of us only just remember getting here within the last few weeks or so. So the memories she took from us, our life at Hope's Peak. If we accept what you say is true, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years after coming to this school. No. Nope, no. I mean, no matter what anyone says,
Another correct answer. Well done, peasant.
Seriously? This routine again?
We've lost 2 years' worth of memories? That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's Peak Academy, and the entire period of time is precisely what you've forgotten.
I don't remember the last 2 years of my life? That's not possible. I want to think that too. I don't want to believe it, but that's nothing but our desire. I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if it's the truth, then we have to accept it. Faith in Bigora. Okay, now what's happening? Make your argument. Locker photo, pocketbook, group photo cube on headmaster, e-master's headbook, locker notebook. Okay.
2 years' worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no, that's impossible. I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class. This is just all surreal. Plus, if 2 years have passed, how friggin' old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted.
Oh, the locker, not Kyoko's, the notebook. He says he's not going to any classes. I'm guessing that's what it is. Come on. Yay! Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here. Huh? Hey, why is my name written on it? I found it in the locker room on the second floor. If you don't mind, could you take a look inside? Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
Wuzza. Is something wrong?
Wuzza. It's kind of similar. No, even more than that. What the? This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt. But how is this? I don't remember ever writing in this thing. No way. It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak, but somehow you forgot all about it. Lies. It's all one big lie. I don't want to believe it either, but there's also no explanation for this pocketbook.
And whose pocketbook is that?
It's mine, and the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hero, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes! 2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? Then on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. It's the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourselves to this killing game. Oh, and here's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were... Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring. What? We are bored of this world. Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do, but then they always fizzle out. This world is so desperately fucking boring. What are you talking about? In a way, I'm jealous of all you, to give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair. Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit. Figure out what? Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this. Where our memories come apart? Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time, and that was... when you fainted, when you started tripping balls in this entrance hallway. The moment I lost my memories, I can't think of any other time other than that day. Alright, there's them tripping balls. When I first came to the gates of the school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow, you still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that? I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed. You got it, honey! 2 years of memories, poof, gone! Which means, of course... when everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took time to introduce yourselves to each other, but by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
Yep, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You're the one who set things up to be like this. I love you all so much. What? Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural I would fall in love.
So since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind. Ooh woo.
Sorry. The ultimate despair, all mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst. Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your lives.
She looks like she's trying to gouge his eyes out.
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through the first year. Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered soul-crushing despair into all of humanity. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end. And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination of most of the students. What are you? What do you mean? The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it. I can't believe it's all because of just you and Makuro. Was it some kind of organization, an angry mob, an incredibly motivated family? You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say, it was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon. Everyone is capable of it. And now the whole world has fallen into despair. In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself. I just don't understand why. We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand. Okay, so let's get back to the story. Hope's Peak had taken so much damage. You guys were the only survivors. The members of the 78th class of Hope's Peak Academy were the only ones left. And then, something super neat happened. Now pay attention, because this is important, and I'm only going to say it once. So guess what? To protect everyone who'd survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right, it was transformed into a shelter. Nah, I said it twice. Now someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know what that might have been?
The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here was the headmaster. It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise, to say that we were willing to live in the school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of the new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have had a fresh start. Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope, I love the fact that she keeps bouncing about these different emotions. That's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter was also a single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits.
The hell did the tools did they use to block off that to the point where they couldn't unblock it?
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
You mean we trapped ourselves in here?
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Makuro to get to work. And thus began the killing game.
Me and Makuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment. That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan. And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it. You only let us live so we could go around killing each other? Is that what you're saying?
Why? Why would you do that?
Because it was so much more than a simple high school deathmatch. Rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
What are you saying?
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there, a few souls unwilling to give up hope. So I thought I should show them, which is why I...
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world, that was... to televise it? This is the... hijack. Where's I? Oh, that was a slightly easier one. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh, that's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope. That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about. The whole world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another. Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
Isn't the power of television just amazing? By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come rescue you.
Are you serious? But utilizing the heavy machinery I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. You expelled them? I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take? You're so full of shit.
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive, when all other students were dropping like flies. I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates. Sorry, that's a lie. I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you. And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless? You solved the mystery, but despair at the truth, right? Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery? And if we did, then what? Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial. If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless, how would you react? What would you do? See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope. Truth can be full of despair too, like right fucking now.
Truth. Full of despair. That's...
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless. I mean, with the world having ended and all. Meaningless? Then we've been murdering each other for nothing? And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up here, then started murdering each other to get out. We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together. No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already. So help us. I'll do anything. Just help me.
A peasant begging for his life? How delightful. We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me. All I want is despair, and there's no reason for it. And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. There's just no understanding it. No arguments, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say. Huh? You say the world's fallen apart, but I haven't seen it for myself. So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes, truth and falsehood overlap one another. In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then? Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and see for yourself? Well, you better not. You go out into that world, and you're all goners for sure. Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this. Ooh-woo.
Fucking, why do I keep doing that? The face just makes an ooh face. Fucking hell. Well, even if it's all true, I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you. For the sake of everyone you've killed.
Huh? Everyone I've killed? What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
I didn't kill anyone. I simply give you a little nudge in the right direction. And that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animals. That's why anyone was murdered here. That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant. Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally.
Hell yeah, that's funny as shit!
No, this isn't just some game to us. It's murder, plain and simple. You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault. You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh? But we don't have much time left to keep this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you? Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair. I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then, I'll consider that a win for me and punish everyone on the side of Hope.
Even if it's just one person?
Oh, but don't worry, I won't be voting, of course.
Even if you don't, you still got the upper hand in all this. It's okay. Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys, you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What? You mean, we'd
have to just live here?
She's saying she'll let us live.
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me and make your way to the outside world. Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed?
Wait a sec, I just got hit by an inspiration bomb. Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant super impressive punishment. What? You just can't...
You mean to say you'll execute one of us?
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
It's gonna be me. Who saw that one coming?
Makoto, you're up!
Me?
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you.
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace. If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place. I will force you out, ensuring you will die horrible deaths in the outside world. What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me?
But that's...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished? Don't you have faith in your friends?
No, that's not it.
It's okay. You're right to be afraid. It would seem all of those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
Oh dear. This isn't looking good for Makoto. Well, she just looks completely nonplussed, but... Guys?
It's so beautiful. Your lovely faces, eroded by despair. You have come together as one.
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive, right? That's why he tried to trap you all here, after all. The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
Kyoko.
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
So who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death warrant?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair. We're not gonna lose to you. There's that blank face again.
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh? Well, that's fine. Let's just hurry up and get it over with. It's time for the final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope and your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it, the ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Okay, what's happening now? Make your argument. Okay. We won't give up as long as there's hope. Hope sounds like the big thing that we're going.
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Do we shoot that? Okay, I see what I have to do. I see what I have to do. All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. But to live means moving forward, right? So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we? I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me. So that's why, no matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole fortune telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings. But, oh, okay, so it's going back to the start. So I just need to keep stealing hope. And then do the one at a time. I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know. The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab.
Oh.
I've been thinking about all this, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm. That sounds like something she'd say, right? No, I think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why yeah, I've made up my mind.
Okay, won't give up. Steal hope again. I don't know why that never stole at that time. Oh well, we'll just skip through all of that. So go right back to the fucking start.
Say whatever you want, I've made my decision. If I die, the purifiers will screech to a halt. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end. All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into a world outside where only death and despair are waiting. So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Oh, okay, so, alright, I missed that. Okay, so I just need to not be a dumbass and miss the fucking... this bit. So we did Hero, we did Owari. Next is old Genocide Jill. She's not gonna care either way, is she? She's not, is she?
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting. Actually, I may not look like it, but I've always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us.
Okay, back to start again. Steal hope, skip through it, skip through that, skip through that. Skip through that.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
You just have to leave. There's a death and despair waiting. Bacula, what you got to say for yourself, buddy?
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you.
You going all tsundere on my ass, boy?
I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Togami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive. So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever known...
Oh, okay, won't give up. I guess you hope again. It's just Kirigiri now, isn't it? Just gonna skip all this bullshit.
I already said I would claim the mastermind's life by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Kirigiri, you're last, darling.
I don't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. But even if we were just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly, but if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that? No, never mind. So Makoto, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think? Oh, what the hell are you? So uncool. Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool, so unhip. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up! Lame, 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 lame! I'm not any kind of elite anything. Hope isn't a talent you develop, but I still... What's happening now? Oh, we're going to Dance Dance Revolution. Moment of truth. Oh, yep. Dance Dance Revolution time. It's going to be quiet here. I'm losing my combo here. That was terrible. Hey, I think I'm alright. Okay, I think I'm alright. Quiet again. Final strike. Boom! This bitch is toast. I refuse to give up. I refuse to get bored. I refuse to throw it all away. I refuse to despair. Because all I have going for me is the desire to keep moving forward. What's going on? What's happening? And we are finished with the damn class trial. All A's. Lovely. All A's, baby. And some tokens. It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote. We just gotta pull a lever, right? Good, I'm ready to go. Let's put an end to these trials. Put an end to the killing. With our own hands. Oh, damn. Bloody roast in here, man. Take my jacket off. My jacket, my hoodie. Guilty. The hell? You've lost, Junko. I lost? I lost? Me? No way. It can't be. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair herself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair, it would seem. I'm going to say it now. She's going to love this. She's going to love the fact that she's been foiled at the end. There's no use trying to fight it now. Well, that's just... totally the best. Fucking knew it. Huh? This is despair. We came to the school 2 years ago, created our incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister for it. To come this far and fail at the very end. It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking about? Don't you see? I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the whole world the moment I was born. That's why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. It's my first and last colossal despair, here at the moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair, the utter failure of my dreams. Ah, I'm so hopelessly happy right now. Wait, is she enjoying this? Anyway, so are you prepared to admit defeat? You think I care whether I won or lost? Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true. You're wrong. Huh? Let me tell you this right now. We no longer fear despair. Because we've decided to enter the world outside world with hope. Yeah, Makara totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone. You said that despair is contagious as any disease. But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is. Kyoko. Ah, stop it, stop it! I hate those faces you're making. To see those awful looks causes me nothing but pain. Fine, let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to get all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off my nose. But just be warned, from this point on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope, but there's a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope?
Of course, because we...
Shut up! Shut up! That was a rhetorical question. You interrupted my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
Do you really intend to go through with this?
That was the agreement, right?
Hold on. It's not like I want you to die. You don't have to. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! What?
How many times do I have to tell you? The act of living brings me no hope at all. All I want now is to taste the despair of death that you only get once in life, so don't get in my way.
The swirly eyes.
So this is how despair of death feels. Ah, it's so wonderful. Even a tenth of this despair, even a hundredth. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this.
Swirly eyes.
I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Congratulations, Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. And she walks off willingly. She's not dragged off. What's the punishment then? Well, she's very happy about it, waving to the crowd. Okay, what's happening? Okay. What's... Oh, wait, is this... Well, there's this, the ultimate punishment. The 1,000 blows. Oh, it's going to be all the previous, isn't it? Yeah, all the she just doesn't care. Doesn't give a shit. Fire engine. That's a nice massage she's getting there. Oh, she's even getting fired into rocket from the intro death. And she's about to get smooshed. And she's absolutely loving it. Peace out, bitches. Splat. Nasty way to go. Now what? Oh, it's the door release mechanism. How nice of her to leave that for us. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Hope's Peak Academy. It was all over. Ultimate pain, suffering, despair, execution, and death complete. The end. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifiers turned off. Just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. Epilogue. We left the classroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end... We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point, we need to leave. To nobody's surprise, it was Kyoko who broke the silence. Makoto, would you do the honors? Oh, okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's words, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until the moment of her death, it had belonged to Junko, and in the end, she dropped it before us.
But, is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place. I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
I will force you out, she said, just before dropping that, if it makes sense that it would be our way out of here. But you never know. Maybe it's actually a switch that's gonna make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said specifically that she'd let us leave here alive.
You may be right about that.
Maybe.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
There's nothing to worry about. If something ever happened to Master, I'd take my scissors and jam him so far up. Achoo!
Huh? Hey, where's the courtroom? Where's the mastermind? It's all over. We're just about to leave the school. What? Leave? We can go outside? Then that means me and Master can get married? And he'll give me a little jewel of a baby?
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far.
Anyway, don't worry. I have no doubt that we'll be able to leave here without a problem. It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about.
But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks maybe when we get out there, we'll see that everything she said about the world was a lie. That on the other side of this door is a world as peaceful as we remember.
A lie. A lie. Peaceful as we remember. Well, no matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live.
Yeah, I guess so.
And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Since it's so big, I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there also has to be lots of hope, right? The act of searching for hope, to try and find it, that by itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward no matter what trouble you may fall into.
You could say that this school is an allegory, is that the right word, for Pandora's box, wouldn't you? Because if folk have been watching this and the folk that have died, it means despair has gotten out and all that kind of stuff. And then the last thing to come out of the box, the last thing to come out of the school is hope. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but just a thought.
Is that what you mean, Makoto?
Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to spell that out for me. You know, Junko mentioned that there were still others out there who hadn't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty.
I'll go with you. I'll follow you anywhere you want to go.
Well, my first stop is going to be the closest donut shop. I can figure out the rest from there.
And what are you going to do if there are no more donut shops? Or donuts?
I'll just get some flour and make some myself. And if there's no flour, I'll just grow some wheat.
I get it now. If there's no road, you just gotta build one. Creation. Fate is telling me to remake the world. That's my hope. I've reached the next stage. The next chapter of Yasuhiro Hakagure's life story is about to begin. Thanks, Hina. You've totally opened my eyes.
Hey, personal space, buddy. You're seriously creeping me out.
Come on, Makoto. Even if everyone in the outside world is gone, even if the world is steeped in despair, as long as I have people like you around, I can face forward and keep moving. If we can get out there and do something, have some sort of impact.
But what can we do? There's so few of us and we're so small. So what can we do?
No, we can probably do anything. Also, is that Kirigiri basically confessing that she actually has the hots for us in a roundabout way? Maybe. Yeah, we can do anything. And also the fact is that they've all conveniently just forgotten about the folk that have died. Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys, you want your fortunes told? Anywhere, anytime, you just let me know. I'll be there.
But you know how much I hate being annoyed. But if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but you know...
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about Master and me, and the others, I guess. I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated? It looks like hope really is spreading. As long as I never give up, I have to push even harder. I'm going to keep moving forward with hope in my heart. Since I have hope, I can show courage. Since I have hope, I can move ahead. The world can move ahead.
The door began to open. With my hands, with our hands, hope and despair mingled together, opening the door to the future. Now, are we actually going to see what's outside, or is it going to do the fade to white and then that'll be the game over? Well, that's slightly intense, isn't it? Oh, of course it ends. By Jesus. Right, well, I will leave this until the credits are done in case there's anything afterwards, so I will see you at the end of the credits. Oh? Monokuma.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma, and I am this school's headmaster.
Okay, so he's not controlled by fucking, what's her name, for Junko then. Interesting. Well, I do know that there is a second and third game, so I thought it was going to be a case of it would be another person controlling the same robot similar to what she did. Is that it? We're done? Save data? And that's us done with Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Loved the game. Had great art style. The characters were great, very varied. My voice acting, obviously, I'm not a voice actor. I'm just a derp who sits in his chair playing video games. But, you know, I felt like I had to give them all separate voices to give them that wee bit of character. Yeah, really, really enjoyed that though. Now, yeah, like I said, there is a second and a third and a VR, well, I'll say the VR demo. But if you want to see me play the second game, let me know. The one thing I do know is that it's meant to be longer than the first one, and this is 33 episodes. So it took a long time to get through this game, mainly because I'm a dumbass. Probably could have cut a few more episodes or walking about, maybe a bit more, who knows. And on top of that, I have to come up with more voices for the next lot of characters that are in the second game. So we'll see, yeah. If you fancy me playing the second one, then let me know. But yes, what is school mode? A what if simulation type play mode? Purely prismatic souls. Dangan Academy. I might stream this one. I might just go off and play it on my own. We'll see. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and sticking with this mammoth marathon of a Let's Play series. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, always keep it loud, keep it heavy, and don't fall into despair. I will see you in the next episode.